Okay, so in the events of Loki, the Disney Plus series episode 4, there were a lot of big questions that we need answering. And a lot of these come in the form of the mid-credits scene that a lot of me and my friends missed. But today I'm going to be talking about something completely different to that, because a lot of channels have already covered that, and it's not much point telling people what they already know. But in this video I'm going to be talking about the real reason that Lady Loki, or as we now know is called Sylvie, was taken and captured by the TVA. So at the beginning of this episode we have a little bit of a flashback, and in this we see Lady Loki playing with a Valkyrie doll.
It swoops towards the palace, but Valkyrie flies over, defeats the dragon.
Before Judge Renslayer, who at the time was a hunter, came through one of those cool rectangle TVA portals and captured her for crimes against the sacred timeline. Now later on in the episode, Sylvie reveals that this was because, being a girl, sort of started to stray too far off the sacred timeline. But I think this is actually a bit of a simplified version of the real events, because it seems a bit weird that Sylvie would actually know exactly why she was captured by the TVA. Now, while the current judge at the time, or maybe an agent like Mobius, may have told her, I think the real reason is to do with the Valkyrie doll she was playing. Now, a lot of other channels have mentioned that this Valkyrie doll is just sort of an Easter egg for people who've seen things like Thor Ragnarok, or maybe know a bit about Norse mythology. But actually, I think this has something to do with why Sylvie was taken by the TVA. In Thor Ragnarok, we find out that the Valkyrie are an all-female group who sort of protect Asgard. And we find out until Thor found out they were all female, he wanted to be a Valkyrie himself.
I used to want to be a Valkyrie when I was younger, until I found out that you were all women.
Now, if there was a version of events in which Thor was a woman, chances are he may have ended up joining the Valkyrie. And this, of course, would have changed the sacred timeline, and this would lead to him being arrested by or her in this case, being arrested by the TVA and sentenced to stabbing. But what would happen if Loki was a girl? Now, if Loki was just a girl, this wouldn't really change much of the sacred timeline. The only thing I could think about while planning for this video was maybe Thor wouldn't want to hit a girl, but apart from that, I'm pretty sure Loki being a woman wouldn't change much of the sacred timeline. But what if Loki was kind of like Thor and actually wanted to join the Valkyrie? Now, in Thor Ragnarok, we see a flashback scene in which Valkyrie, as we know that as her only name, sees the battle against Hela, in which she was the only Valkyrie to survive. Now, we know Hela was arrested before Loki and Thor were both born, but we don't actually know when this fight in particular takes place. This could have been hundreds and thousands of years after she was taken to her prison. So, for this theory to work, this battle would have been set when Thor and Loki were either kids or possibly just a completely secret mission while they were grown up, because Thor and Loki have been around for thousands of years before we're introduced to them in the Thor movie. So, to basically sum this up quickly, I believe the real reason the TVA captured Lady Loki, or Sylvie, is because that she would have gone on to join the Valkyrie, and possibly have then died in the battle against, in this case, her sister, Hela.
I thought you were a Valkyrie.
So thank you guys for watching. I know this is a bit of a different sort of video on the channel, but yeah, hopefully if you guys enjoy this I can make some more sort of stuff like this. So I'll see you all in the next one.